Hi, I'm Sharon with the Allure Home Group, and one of the questions I'm asked all the time is, should I buy a house now? And as a real estate agent, of course I want to say, absolutely you should buy a house now. Interest rates are historically low, but really you need to buy a home when your budget says it's time to buy a home. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about those things because there's some processes and steps that you can go through to get yourself ready so that when the time is right, you can buy a house. There's nothing worse than buying a house when you're not ready. Let me tell you, I've done it. Just a little bit about me. I bought a house a few years ago, well, actually several years ago. I was a single mom and wanted a place for my kids, and it was kind of hard because I was not ready for a house as much as I wanted to be. So first and foremost, you need to be in the place where your budget says it's time for you to buy a house. So there's a few things that you can do to get yourself ready. And I'm going to just go over them. So one thing is you can save for your down payment. So contrary to common belief, you do not have to have 20% down for a down payment. You can have less. Depending on your credit score and the loan program that you are, you could go down as low as 3%. So you actually might be closer than you think to buying a house. Another thing you can do that helps a lot is to set up automatic deposits and withdrawals from your checking account. So what you can do is go to your bank and you can say, hey, I want so much of every paycheck to go into a fund where you're saving for your down payment. Another thing that you can do is double check your credit. Make sure you have a good credit score. You can reach out to a lender and they'll run the report for you to see where you're at. Sometimes a lender has a little bit more information than Credit Karma does. So it is always a good idea to reach out to a lender and just see. Also, what the lender can do is tell you how you can improve your credit. So sometimes we want to just pay off all of our debt and everything, and that may not be the best thing. So it's always advisable to talk to a lender to see how you can do that. Your credit score does impact your mortgage, and it impacts your mortgage rate, so your interest rate. So just 0.5% difference in a mortgage interest rate can really affect your monthly payment, and then even the amount of money that you can purchase in a home. 0.5% could actually go up to like $10,000. So it's pretty substantial to build your credit. Another thing that you can put on your to-do list is to keep track of your loans and make sure that you're paying all your debt on time. So whether it's a student loan that's in forbearance right now, maybe you have some credit card debt, maybe a car loan, whatever that is, keep current on those things and make sure you're paying them on time. We've talked a little bit about forbearance in the past, well, at least I have with my clients, and the one thing that we have to recognize is if you have a student loan, you could be in forbearance right now, but you still owe that debt. So it is building. It's not accruing interest right now, but you still owe the debt, at least right now. So it's a good thing if you can afford it to be making those payments, because actually you're paying completely on the principal rather than on interest. So again, keep on track of your debt and make sure you're paying those payments on time. And going back to the forbearance, I just recently helped somebody buy a house that had gone into forbearance. She didn't need to go into forbearance, but she thought, hey, I'm just going to take advantage of this because then I don't have to pay. And it actually delayed her being able to buy a house for a couple months because she had to get her credit back in line. They don't always let you know that sometimes your credit can get dinged. So anyway, just keep that in mind. Going back to the lender, I would recommend that you get a hold of somebody like me or one of the other agents on the Allure Home Group, and we have some preferred lenders that we can recommend, but it's great for them to go ahead and look at what you have, your credit, what your debt to income ratio is, what kind of interest rates they have, and they'll generate what's called a pre-approval letter. If your budget says it's time to buy a house and you want to buy a house, you need a pre-approval letter before you can make an offer on a house. There is nothing worse than seeing that house that fits all of your needs. It's in a great neighborhood. It has all the things that you want in a house, and you're not pre-approved and somebody else buys that house underneath you. So like I said, that's an important step. And then the other thing is contact me or somebody on our team to find a great lender that you can be working with. So those are some of the fundamentals that are key to building a strong foundation as you prepare to buy a home. Make sure that your budget says it's time. Build a savings account for your down payment, build up your credit, pay down your debt, and get a pre-approval letter. So if you have any questions, please ask me or DM me or private message me, whatever you would like, and I could be happy to get a hold of you. So thanks so much.